Bienvenue à Paris. Hello, everybody. This is the very journal. For all of those that know me already, you can see I was already into the white roses so way back then. Roses have been my thing forever. So here was my very first. I bought this very special. I went to a special store, and as you can see, the pages are absolutely full. And here's just some things from New Year's that I collected and posted in there, and it's hilarious. I thought this would be my year in France. I actually ended up having four. That's how much happened in 1 year. Now, I am not going to copy every single post that I made, entry that I made, and put that, because we'd be here until probably June. So, although I'm sure many of you are finding this interesting because you're writing me, and I so appreciate all of your emails and your comments. It spurs me on and gives me just that little bit to keep being vulnerable. So thank you for that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is there's certain parts that I was writing about that are not fundamental to the message that I'm focusing on, which is really my personal and my spiritual evolution. That is what was the main theme anyway of the whole year. But there was some other stuff that happened in them. Of course, having to do with my personal and spiritual evolution was a lot of romance and men and different experiences. So stay tuned. I'm going to put that down there now. And I'm going to start with the very first journal entry that was in this book. Cher Diary. Well, here I am on the airplane traveling to France. This almost feels like a dream that I'm not really experiencing this. Yet at the same time, I feel so ultimately ready for this that I'm actually quite calm inside. I think my leaving was a huge eye-opener for a lot of people around me. It made them think about the purpose of life and going for your dreams. The big comment that everybody kept writing in my cards was, "You are such an inspiration, Erin." I have a heightened comfort with myself right now. In fact, I am remembering when I used to travel on planes with David, and I would look around at people traveling alone and actually feel sorry for them, but then actually secretly envying them. How were they able to travel by themselves? And now, look at me. I am totally content being by myself, and there are no pressures. I'm just able to do what I want when I want. I am in love with these feelings of comfort and self-confidence and security. Only 4 more hours until Paris. Wow. Okay. Now, what happened was I arrived in Paris and I say, "I'm here in Paris." Yikes. All their phones need cards. They don't take change. So I had to figure that out. Then I had to figure a way to use La Toilette while lugging my 2 huge suitcases around. The toilet paper is dark pink. I got my period. The timing. Thank God I had something in my purse. I'm starting to feel really tired, but I have to try and stay awake until I catch the TGV to go to Nantes. My CD player stopped working, which isn't nice, as that would have kept me awake. Oh well, maybe I'll get to see a lot of the countryside. A little bit later. Okay, I should be in Nantes, but I'm not. I have just survived an incredible ordeal. I really need to sleep now, and I just want to cry to let out my frustration. Everything was going well while I was waiting for my train, but I didn't see it arrive, even after the scheduled time. So I asked someone to watch my baggage. You wouldn't do that today. You shouldn't have even done that back then. But anyway, I was a newbie. So I left my baggage with someone and I ran up to ask what was happening. The lady said that it already left. Oh my God. Panic, panic. Oh my gosh, what she was telling me I was gonna have to do and showing me on the map and describing it all in French, I was like, what? Oh my gosh, now I had to take buses with my 2 heavy as hell bags, buy a new ticket. Then I went to put the ticket in the passway and I start pushing my first huge suitcase through, and then it locked. So one suitcase is on that side and me and my other suitcase are on this other side, and this barrier will not let me or my second suitcase pass through. My back is aching. I'm exhausted beyond belief. And so I said, oh, screw it. And I just decided to take a taxi. Well, I thought these cab drivers were like so incredible. They heard where I needed to go and they were dusting off my seat. This place is so great. So the cab driver starts asking me if I want to see the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre because it's so close to where I need to go. I say sure, but I start seeing the meter running fast, and now it's up to 172 francs. So I tell him just go to the station because I don't have that much money. He just keeps talking and driving, showing me the tunnel where poor Princess Diana died, La Seine, La Louvre, etc., etc. And the meter is now at 240 francs. I am panicking. I freak out inside and then I just say, j'ai que 270 francs. So please just go to the station. He got really angry and he just scoffed and said, I should just drop you off here. I say I'm sorry, and we didn't talk for the rest of the way. Somehow, I got my bags in an elevator, not knowing exactly where I was going, but just thought, hey, gotta go down. And all of a sudden, the doors to the elevator opened and a girl stepped inside, and out of the blue, she just looked at me and said, do you need help? I think she was an angel sent from God. I felt like weeping at her feet. I was so grateful for her. She totally just took me exactly to the spot I needed to go, told me which train it was, when it was gonna come, where to stand, and then like nothing, it's like she just vanished. Thank you, Lord. Please help me sleep soon. This is enough. Au revoir. That is my experience in the first time in Paris and in France. Now, what commentary do I want to make here? Very quickly and briefly. When we open ourselves up and give ourselves permission to go for our dreams, obviously, there is some evolution that is going to need to take place. There are things we are not going to know because if we did, we already would have experienced that before. I had never traveled by myself. I had never had to be responsible for knowing how to, do airplane tickets and walk around train stations. I used to always leave it up to my partner. And here I was having to do it all by myself. Yes, things went wrong, and yes, I felt totally and utterly out of my comfort zone. I was frustrated, I doubted myself, I thought, what in the hell have I done? Just go home. I just wanted comfort, I just wanted to do things I knew how to do. And you know, anytime you are going for a dream, I'm going to be honest with you because I've had a lot of my dreams come true. They usually feel uncomfortable. And there's going to be a period where it's not going to feel right. Now, many of you might say to me, Erin, you always talk about elegant flow. If I'm in the flow, shouldn't this all just happen nicely and flowingly? Okay, here's the thing. Everything happens to you for you. Now, you probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about that in terms of the elegant life flow, the way elegant women think of things. I didn't know back then what I know now, but if I could speak to myself now, if I was in that position now, I would have stopped and I would have aligned myself with elegant flow so that probably that angel would have appeared beforehand. I would have probably, if not missed the train, another one would have come and I would have been able to get on that one. That kind of stuff happens when you're in elegant flow. You've got to align with it though. And I was just, you know, all I knew back then, if you haven't noticed by now, my life was one big drama. Drama after drama after drama. And then it would be exciting to tell people the story of how bad it was. I mean, it was constantly the need to tell people the drama. You can't believe it. And sometimes that's fun to storytell. But when you are constantly in a state of enjoying the drama in a way, enjoying how things just were like, oh my God, you are not in elegant flow. If I was in that situation, like I said, I would have aligned myself and then I would have said, I surrender and I make an intention to, right? So an elegant intention is something that I would have done, I would have surrendered, and I definitely would have aligned. Things would have worked out very, very differently. There's so much that happened that I didn't all write about, but one thing after another kept happening, and it's just so preventable. So what I want to say about that is that, look, things might get awkward or little things might happen because you are out of your comfort zone. But if you align, the thing I want you to know is that you can go through some little rapids and then get back in the stream again, the peaceful stream. It doesn't have to take so long to get back into that. What used to happen to me is that I would go like this and go like this and go like this and then another drama would happen, and it just became the life of Erin, the life of drama. And I'm telling you, this lasted for a really long time. So that's my commentary for today. How can you relate? Do you find that you constantly have dramas in your life? Do you find that there's a pattern? Are you in an uncomfortable situation right now and you'd like to know how to get into elegant flow? Send me some comments below and we'll have a back and forth conversation about this, because this is a massive topic for women right now. Mwah! I will see you with my very first day en France with the famille. Bye.